And we're live. Welcome to the first ever episode of WASD News, Fuzzy Loaf's video game news show. Whatever. I'm Matt, and with me is
Matt,
which is going to be really confusing, but that's fine. What have you been playing this week, Matt?
kind of back to the basics with some Civilization 5
Yeah.
and playing some SimCity 4 Rush Hour. I like those games.
Yeah. I've never played Rush Hour, I don't think.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
We used to play it all the time.
Okay. Maybe I have.
We used to play it. Remember when my brother showed up at like 3 in the morning and we're like, who the fuck is at the door? Dad!
Yeah.
Dad!
I do remember that. That was funny. And then we hid for like 4 hours.
Yeah, we did. We fucking hid from the door.
Oh well. What have I been playing this week? Some Shovel Knight. I tried out some of the PlayStation Plus games that came out yesterday.
I've not done that.
Race to the Sun. I think that was the only one I played yesterday because I was waiting for the other ones to download.
Which ones came out?
We have Race to the Sun, Unfinished Swan, Guacamelee Super something.
Unfinished
Deluxe.
Swan?
Unfinished Swan.
That's that black and white one where you like throw.
Yep, you start out and
paintballs.
you're a world of all white, and you have to throw paint to figure out. Man,
I just got really excited.
Yeah.
Can we stop so I can go play?
Maybe no. Remember, you do have to. I think because that one is a PS3 one, you have to go on the website to grab it. It's for PS4. You can play it on PS4 and Vita. I think all of them are playable on PS4.
But I have to do it through the website.
You have to do it through the website.
Okay. Have you help me?
Yeah, and then there's, I think the only one that isn't is Miramasa Baby, or Miramaki Baby, something like that. It's a Japanese.
It's a Japanese one?
Yeah,
What's
that one's for the Vita. That's the only one that's only for the Vita. All the rest of them are for, all three of them, I think, are at least playable on PS4.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of what the other two were. I guess I could look them up, or we could move on to the first big news item.
Sure.
Today. We have PT was pulled from the PlayStation Store.
Sad days. I
Yeah.
played through that one.
I
was
did
a good
not. I
one.
was scared.
It was as a chicken to video games.
Yeah.
It was a terrifying experience, but I'm glad that I did it.
Yeah, and then also with that is some sad news that Kojima has canceled, or Konami. Sorry, not Kojima. Konami has canceled Silent Hills, at least that version of Silent Hills. They said they're still planning on it. So no more Guillermo del Toro, Norman Reedus, or Kojima for Silent Hills. So that's why they're
glad that you're good at pronouncing those names.
Yeah. But with that, we also have
though.
PS4s are being sold with the PT demo on like eBay for like $1,200 US plus. Would you sell your PS4 for $1,200?
I might if I
Yeah.
could get it back. I mean, if I could get the game back at the beginning and get all my BS off of there,
Yeah.
just my private information, I would definitely consider putting that up.
I think
there.
you
'Cause, I
can.
mean, I would probably let it go for like $800, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's enough you could buy a PS4 and a fucking Xbox One if you wanted.
I don't want an Xbox
Well, I
One.
know, but whatever.
Well, maybe I do. Halo is kind of cool.
Halo 5?
Yeah.
But
That
yeah.
the little like side jetpacks.
Yeah.
That I saw, that looked pretty sweet.
Yeah, and there was a lot of cool multiplayer stuff that I saw. I think they're getting better at mobility.
Mobility. Yes.
Which is exciting because Halo's always kind of felt stiff, but I think that's why I liked it. It's always felt, you know what I mean?
Well, they
felt like-
added the sprints and like the bubbles.
Yeah, it's true. Oh my
and
God.
the invis things towards the
Watching people go back and play Halo
playing.
1 and 2 on the remastered edition
Mhm.
is painful because there's no sprint. I'm just like, oh my God.
Run faster.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything else to add to the PT?
To PT.
Yeah.
No,
No.
not really. It was spooky and it was kind of puzzly, which was really cool.
Yeah. What I liked was it looked like horror games were going, or it looked like it was going back to actual horror games versus some of the horror games that have been coming out recently, besides like Outlast and Amnesia and stuff like that. They've been less horror and more action. Like it was about
Yeah,
surviving,
definitely. That's
or is
something
about
that
killing things versus
I can agree with that on a horror game standpoint. Is one thing that I think makes a horror game or breaks a horror game, at least for me personally, is can you attack things? If you can't, then it's all the more scary because it's like, holy shit, there's something down that fucking hall. What do I do?
Yeah.
Instead of, holy shit, there's something down that hall. Let me pull out my 9.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
That was
Done.
like, I think we played like Fear 1 or 2, and it was the one that didn't have guns. And it was really cool. You had a flashlight, and I think that was it.
I think you got guns. We were chickens, though. We didn't play that all the way through.
But I think maybe it was the first one. One of them came out, and you didn't have any attack. It was just a flashlight.
All I remember
and then,
for Fear.
And then the second one came out, and there was guns and shooting and stuff like that.
I don't remember. All I remember from our Fear experience was like you find that guy in the chair, and he's all bloody.
Yeah.
And then you like go. What? Yeah, and then you go like upstairs to a roof, and like as you turn a corner, a 2x4 comes out and just hits you, and then it was just like, what the? And you and I were both just like, ah!
Yeah. We were young-ish at the time.
No, it doesn't matter. We're just chickens.
Yeah, we're chickens.
Speaking about horror games.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Night Terrors, I think is the name of the game. It's a mobile ARG or
augmented reality.
Yeah.
Basically, you hold out your phone, and it what
like,
word would I look for?
It like interacts with your surroundings to kind of create like this horror game.
Yeah, and it captures your room. Like you walk around and you basically take a video of your house, and it makes like a digital memory of it, and then you put on headphones, and you can like what they were doing. It looked like you could manually add like monsters in, so I could make a game for Matt to play or whoever to play in this house, and I can make it sound like there's something on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Like a good example that I saw was like, okay, let's say this is a picture on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Your first shot over it, it's there, and then you go back and you come back over it again, and then it falls down. Like that seems really cool to me.
Yeah.
Just like moving actual surroundings on your cell phone screen, and that's also work. Like they want to make it work for the Wii U.
Yeah.
With the little remote thing, and then the PS Vita.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think they said iPads.
Maybe
or like tablets.
I was busy being scared by the ghosts and the creepy girl that was sitting in the chair in the video. I don't know what was up
talking up the game.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, you gonna buy this game?
Yeah. Or it's free. You never know. E3.
EE.
I guess, yeah, it kind of is. An E with a backwards E. So
that's cool.
Nerds everywhere know that E3, what is it called? Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Should it be
E3? EEE? Well, no, three E's. E's
right?
Cubed.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
So what I wanted to talk about is there's a lot of conferences this year. We have some game companies or some publishers that normally don't do conferences. And then we have a PC gaming show that I think is like 3 hours long. And it has a bunch of people coming on.
Excited for that.
Yeah, that one sounds cool.
That'd be cool.
But the first conference for E3 is June 14th at 9 p.m. And it's Bethesda.
Oh!
Which means we have, let's speculate, Fallout 4 is what I'm guessing. Because
I've heard about Elder Scrolls 6.
Because Fallout, the last Bethesda Fallout game was Fallout 3. Because New Vegas was made by Obsidian, or whatever that one is. I can't remember. I think it was Obsidian.
New Vegas?
Yeah.
Obsidian. So
we had Skyrim, which was a Bethesda game, and then we're right on track. This should be the year of Fallout 4. Going off of, from the time of Oblivion, they've had like, I think it's like every 2 years they do a different one.
Well, 11/11, so it's been 3 years now.
Yeah. So it's about time. Other things we can probably guess.
I'd rather have an Elder Scrolls game personally.
Yeah, but a lot of people are excited for Fallout.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'll give it a shot this time. I played Fallout 3. I didn't really quite get it, but that's because I was an Oblivion guy. So everybody was like, oh, this is way better than Oblivion. And I was like, whoa, I don't know if you played Oblivion. But we can also probably guess there's going to be a sequel to Dishonored.
That'd be sweet.
We might see something with Quake or Doom. They did that horror game that I can't remember the name of that I'm sure we'll see.
Oh my god, no, I don't remember either.
Yeah. Scary game. Spooky game. That's what it's called.
It was like the survival horror, right?
Yeah, and it was the one that had the weird aspect ratio that everybody's flipping out about. It was like a not a 4x3, but it was like a 6x4 or something like that. Didn't quite fit a full screen TV for whatever reason.
Give you that tunnel vision feel.
Yeah, to give you like a little bit of border around the whole thing.
Right.
And then there's also, we could probably have some Elder Scrolls Online news. I mean, that makes sense. They're going not technically free to play. It's like buy the game and then it's
a pay to play.
Yeah.
Pay to play with a subscription option for extra content. And what that content is you pay $15 a month, similar to a lot of MMO subscriptions. And you get a premium currency every month. When you pay, you get like 1,500 crowns is what they're calling their premium currency, and you can use that to buy mounts, costumes. Costumes are cosmetic only, so it's not going to affect your gear. And give you
kind of like
advantage,
mods and then, or something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And then you can also buy like potion packs that give you different benefits. But the thing they're emphasizing on that is we don't want these potions to be as good as the potions that you could get
through games,
through their crafting system, which is very, very intricate, very time consuming, but super fun stuff for people that like to craft in MMOs. Yeah.
Well, then what's also exciting is we're getting it on Xbox One and PS4 this summer.
Yep.
So
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
I already bought my copy.
I'll probably pick it up. I'll have to wait and see though. I just
lucky.
know it's one of those games that I'm going to sink my time into it.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to hell. I actually got a pretty sweet deal on that. I got my characters transferred for $20. So I get a copy of my characters on PC, on PS4, and a copy of the game for $20.
Oh wow!
Yeah, since I already bought it.
That's dope.
So
that's a pretty good offer.
Don't have to start from the beginning again.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know what else to expect from Bethesda. I mean, my guess is it's going to be an hour-long conference. That sounds like enough to be an hour-long, especially if they lead up to a reveal of either they have to have something big. It has to be a Fallout 4 or it has to be a Skyrim or a Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's both. Maybe they have a teaser. Maybe they have, we're releasing this one this year. We're releasing that one next year. Here's a teaser, like a very short teaser for this. Here's a long trailer.
Could be. I just hope if it is a Elder Scrolls game,
it's better than Skyrim was.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to Skyrim fans. Yeah. I enjoyed Skyrim. The graphics were amazing, but the immersion for me personally was not nearly as good as Oblivion.
Oblivion was, it's crazy to think that was one of the launch window titles on Xbox 360. That was like 2006, 2007, something like that.
Yeah.
And that game, still graphics-wise, it still looked great.
Yeah.
I mean, especially considering it was early console.
Definitely manageable now to play through.
Yeah.
Even Morrowind. On PC at least.
Well, yeah,
with more console.
Yeah, with Morrowind on PC, you also have a huge modding community that updates graphics too. Or that you can update graphics. But yeah, I don't know. I felt the same way with Skyrim. I thought it looked great. The gameplay was fun. The story wasn't quite there. Like it felt
very short. It felt very like you could push through it in a matter of.
And I was telling you, like the Mages Guild. I did that quest line. I became guild master in like 3 hours.
Yeah,
and
that's
in Oblivion. It took me like 3 weeks, I think, to get through the Mages Guild quest.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing. And what I really liked about Oblivion is like my experience with Oblivion is different from a lot of other people's.
Different.
Just by the series, like the way I did things, the order I did things. Yeah. Like, I did this, and then I became a vampire, and then I tried to cure it, and then this happened.
Yeah, that's why I'm really excited for The Witcher 3.
Oh yeah, The Witcher 3
looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's kind of very promising.
Yeah. Okay, so other conferences.
We'll get on to that.
Yeah, we'll get on to that. We have Microsoft, obviously. I'm sure we'll see some Halo 5 stuff. They released another Halo Spartans game, which was like their top-down kind of twin-stick shooter. but they
okay.
released it. I think
D3 style.
I think they released it on
What would that be?
Microsoft or on Microsoft Games. I think twin stick shooter. I think is what they called it.
Okay.
A top-down twin stick shooter.
Top-down shooter.
It's kind of like an arcade style. It looks really fun. I think both of them look really fun. It's just I think they're available on like iPhone, iPad, and then like Microsoft Game Studios, which is like you have to have a Windows PC to have and shit like that. So it's like I probably won't be able to play
Windows PC.
Huh?
Lots of people have a Windows
yeah,
PC.
but who has a Windows PC that's going to be on Microsoft Games thing and buy a $10, $15 game or whatever it is? I think it looks interesting though. We also have what is it called? Now I'm going to blank on the name. There's a Quantum Break is the name of the studio, I think, something like that. Microsoft exclusive game that they've been showing off for a while that has been pushed back even farther. I think it's supposed to come out this year.
What's that one?
It's like a interactive game, so it's like there's a third-person shooter element to it, and there's like superpowers and stuff. But then there's also like a TV show tie-in where like your choices affect what version of the TV show you see. So it's like the cutscenes. There's like in-game cutscenes, but then there's also like a 30-minute TV show that goes along with it that comes like as you beat a chapter, you get a 30-minute episode.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it sounds cool.
Cinematic, a long cinematic.
Yep. Otherwise, I'm not sure what else Microsoft. I'm sure Microsoft.
That sounds really sweet, though.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It's just it keeps getting pushed back, and it's by the company that did Alan Wake, I want to say, which is like a really popular game. I think it was them.
I never played that one. I think I wanted to though.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm sure Microsoft will have a lot of indie games that they're going to announce and a lot of big games that they're going to announce. Rare has been teasing that they're going to release something, and Microsoft owns Rare now, so it'll probably be a platform exclusive. And they tease that it's a real game, not a fucking Kinect Adventures game, because that's what they've been doing since they bought it. Just imagine the company that brought you Banjo-Tooie and all that, all those games, and like Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Banjo-Tooie?
Banjo-Tooie.
Is that
That's
game?
the second one.
Oh.
Banjo-Kazooie and then Banjo-Tooie and then Banjo something.
God, I'm out of the loop.
Yeah. That was an N64 game. That was an end of life N64 game. I think.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, yeah, just imagine they
jump ship by that point.
Yeah. They probably are excited to make something fun. Hopefully it's something new. I hope they don't bring
that. What if they did like Super Smash Bros. Style? Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Or they could do
Banjo and
Microsoft.
Kazooie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking amazing.
That'd be cool. And then after that we have EA, which we'll see all the normal EA stuff. We'll see sports crap.
Sims.
We'll see. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say they canned a lot of the Maxis studio. They fired like one of the two cities studios.
Oh.
So like there may not be another Sims game or a SimCity game. It's SimCity specifically. I think we're not going to see another one.
Well, it's okay. That last one was pretty bad.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Then we have Ubisoft. We'll see more Assassin's Creed and that kind of stuff. Well, hopefully we'll get more like Valiant Hearts games or like Child of Light. I snapped. That was really loud. Because both of those were made by Ubisoft.
That was really fun.
Yeah, the art style was great. They're fun little indie games. They're not really indie games because they're not an independent developer, but they're indie style games where they're like under $20 and they're really great experience. So I'm excited for that. And then closing off Monday, I'm assuming Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, and Sony will all be Monday because that's what they typically do. Is Sony. In typical Sony fashion, they go last. I don't know. I have no idea what to expect from Sony. We'll probably see more Destiny stuff, but I don't know. We will probably see, hopefully, more exclusives because Sony has been lacking exclusives. Although they've been, I think they're at like 24 or 25 million console or units sold for consoles, sold through for console. Whereas the last time Microsoft gave an update, they were at like 10 million. So they could be as much as two times as much as Microsoft is for consoles. So they're in a good spot. It's just we need to see more first-party games from them. We saw Sackboy. What is it?
Oh, Little Big Planet.
That was not made, but that was actually outsourced to a not first-party studio. But so we have a bunch of they have a bunch of studios. I think they have like 15 or 20 of their own first-party studios that we have not seen games from. We've seen Killzone and we've seen Order 1886, and both of those were kind of lackluster.
What's that one? Order
1886.
I really wanted to pick that one up.
I would pick it up when it gets cheaper. I heard that it's not bad. It's just like it's 8 hours, and it's not
from a red box.
Yeah, it's like 8 hours, I think, is what people said, and it left it where they very clearly want to do a sequel, and yeah. And then we have Uncharted 4, which got pushed back, so it's not coming out this fall. It's probably going to come out the following fall. But otherwise, I don't know what else. More indie games. I'm sure we'll see a bunch more indie games.
Bring on the indie games.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
I love indie games too.
Then we have Nintendo, which they didn't do a conference last year, and they haven't officially announced whether or not they're doing one this year. But they did a Nintendo Direct style one, which is like you can watch it online. Weird Japanese stuff happens as they.
Oh, dude, I love weird Japanese stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know, not too excited about that. Then Square Enix, which is kind of weird. Probably Kingdom Hearts 3, probably Final Fantasy 15 or whatever they're on now. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15. Otherwise, I don't know what Deus Ex, whatever the next one is called. Square does that one, so that'll be now. Or they already kind of teased that one, so we'll see more for that. I don't know. Anything?
I don't have anything to add.
No, okay. And then the one that you're most excited for, the PC gaming show.
interesting stuff.
So it's, I think, like I said, I think it's like 3 hours long. We're gonna have AMD as a processor and whatever manufacturer.
Graphics card, yeah, they manufacture computer components,
which is
maybe
cool.
They'll be doing game stuff.
Yeah, or maybe it could even be like NVIDIA has built-in streaming on their cards now.
Mm-hmm.
It could be something like that. It could be showing off something cool like that, or maybe a AMD specific computer. You know, like more like a console, like maybe $700, guaranteed to play these games. You know what I mean, like that kind of thing. So it's easier for people to get their foot in the door.
Similar to the idea of like the Steam box.
Yeah, except for the Steam box is just, it's like, we're going to have a unified platform. Just kidding. Everybody's going to sell computers that they basically sell anyways. It's just going to have Steam OS on it.
Oh, man.
Then we have Devolver Digital, who did Hotline Miami, Titan Souls, and like a bunch of other indie games that are awesome.
What are some more by them?
God, I'm not going to be able to think of any off the top of my head. They've done, if any hyper-violent top-down game, probably them. Especially digital games. Well, Humble Bundle is going to be there. Blizzard Entertainment's going to be there. Hoo-hoo. Bohemia Interactive, Arma and Daisy creator. Cliff Bleszinski, who does Unreal Tournament and Gears of War. Paradox Interactive. The most recent one they put out was Pillars of Eternity, which is like a really cool RPG strategy game. Kind of like the Dragon Age games, but like kind of older style Baldur's Gate graphics and whatever. It looks really cool. Then we have Square Enix again, which is kind of weird because they're doing a conference the day before. So
busy people.
Yeah, and Square games, I don't remember them ever being on PC. I guess Deus Ex is on PC, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think the Final Fantasy games have been on PC, have they?
I can't say for sure.
Okay, maybe they're.
I feel like I've seen something on Steam.
They might, but I just don't remember. I don't remember their games being on there. Then we have Cloud Imperium Games, who did Star Citizen.
Star Citizen.
You were.
I think is that one still in development?
Yeah, I don't think it's out yet, but I think you brought it up a while ago and said you were kind of interested in it.
Sounds cool,
but it also looks really expensive. Like I think this is the one where you can pre-order for like $300 this really expensive ship, but you have to pay real world money to keep insurance on the ship. Otherwise, if it blows up, it's like gone. Yeah, it sounds.
That's some BS right there, if you ask me.
Yeah, and then rounding that out, we have Dean Hall, who is the guy who did Arma 2, or was a designer on Arma 2, and then the standalone DayZ, and then Tripwire Interactive, who did Killing Floor 1 and 2.
So we have no idea what any of these people are doing.
Nope, we have no idea what they're going to talk about. I mean,
that's who's going to be there.
Yeah, that's who's going to be there. Blizzard, I'm sure they're going to talk more about their action. I can't remember what it's called. They're like
their MOBA.
No, it wasn't a MOBA. They have a like Team Fortress 2 style game.
Oh, the Heroes of the Storm. I thought that was supposed to be like a MOBA. Heroes of the Storm.
They had a game titled Titan that they canceled, or a working title Titan that they canceled.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
They have a new game. God, what is it called?
Well, they have Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, Diablo 3.
Overwatch. That's what it's called.
Oh, I have not. Oh, yeah.
It looks really cool. It looks really cool.
That one, I watched the trailer, and it was like kind of like superheroes. I think that's the game I was thinking of when you were talking about a different game there, actually.
Yeah, probably.
You're talking about the one that like had like depending on your choices in the game, it had like a 30-minute cinematic.
Oh, okay.
I associated that with Overwatch.
Oh no. Yeah, Overwatch is a Blizzard game, Blizzard Activision game, I guess technically, because they're one company now. And I think it's like Team Fortress 2. It's kind of how people were, game journalists were talking about it, where you have different classes, and it's like a first-person shooter kind of style game. Not necessarily shooter, but like first-person deathmatch style game. I think they're talking free to play. So
hopefully.
Oh yeah, we'll see. They just announced, Blizzard just announced 30 million Hearthstone players.
Really?
Yeah, which is insane. It's
Jeez.
cool. I have it on my phone now, so that's how I'd play it.
Nice.
Because I'm a nerd. Okay. Anything you want to talk about that sticks out? Just, I guess, besides the fact that there's going to be a PC gaming show, which is huge. I don't think there's ever been a PC gaming show at E3.
I don't think there is either. I'm not. Nothing really.
Yeah.
There, I'm kind of curious as to what's going on in the Humble Bundle or what they're doing there.
Yeah, it could just be trying to get it so that more people are aware, because they've never done a PC gaming show specifically. So it's like all these people might just be here to be like, yeah, PC gaming is going strong. Like, pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm fine with. All right. No?
Maybe people don't know what Humble Bundle is.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Humble Bundle is
awesome.
It's a great thing. It's a way to give to charities. You get to choose where your money goes.
Yeah.
And basically, you pay any amount that you want. So you can spend $5 and get these 5 games, whatever they may be. They change like weekly, right?
Yeah, I think they
weekly or monthly.
I think they do one big one a month, and then they do like weekly Humble Bundles, and they also have like book Humble Bundles and like whatever.
So you pay money, and then you get a bunch of indie games for what you pay. So it could be $5. If that's all you can put down, you get 5 games, and then they have like a price that if you meet it or exceed it, then you get these additional games.
Yeah.
Like what were the big ones that were on Humble Bundle?
What was
that we were looking at earlier?
It was one that you were talking about that you wanted. No, I remember.
Brawlhalla.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Yeah, it was like pay $13 and you get Brawlhalla and this other game.
Yeah,
so you can donate $1,000 and get those games. You can donate $15 and get all those games.
Yeah,
it's a great way to fill your library on Steam.
Yeah, and then they also have like a mobile game section, which is cool. So if you have Android or iPhone, you can get it through the Humble Bundle app. So they do like mobile games. And they also do like comic books. That's one thing that I do. I'm kind of nerdy. So like I did the Image comic Humble Bundle. There's like 140 comics for like $16 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal right there.
And then you get to give to charity, which is cool. So.
Yeah, and you can decide like if you really like a certain game developer that's putting on the Humble Bundle, you can be like, I want to put 50% of the money I put towards that, and then the other 50% towards a charity or towards Steam. You get to pick where your money goes.
Yeah. So that's cool. Go to Humble Bundle. Seriously, we're not being paid by them, but you should go to Humble Bundle and check them out.
Yes.
Bum, bum, bum. So Steam. The big news this week for Steam was they started and ended paid mods. All in like I think it was like the matter of 1 week.
I also read some other information on Steam
the
other day about a game that they put out and then took down immediately.
Whoa, I did not hear that.
Kill the Faggot.
Is it really the title of the game?
I think that's the title of the game.
It's not published by Valve, though.
No.
Okay,
No,
so
it
it's
was
a
a
game
game-
that, like a game that somebody could have theoretically put up by themselves.
Yep.
And then
Yep,
Steam
they put
was
it on, and basically what the game was is you kill. It's like a side scroller. Like you stand there, and NPCs walk by, and like you kill homosexuals and transgenders, and they're identified by wearing pink clothes. And it was up for like I don't even think a day,
Yeah.
and they took it down right away. Just some
Jeez.
some nasty games there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Man.
there hasn't been too much censorship on Steam, but stuff like that I can understand. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Ugh. But
Yeah,
Jesus.
I looked at it a little bit and I was like, this game looks like shit, and it's a bad game.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. The person probably did it just to get a rise out of people. Not
Well, in the description for the game, they said here's for people that hate homosexuals to satisfy their urge of hating on homosexuals. It was like mentioned in the post that I read about it. I think I read about it on IGN actually.
Oh, I didn't see it. That probably slipped through my radar this week. But
Nonetheless,
yeah, paid mods. So this you might have noticed like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. I guess I can't remember exactly when it stopped. I think it was like a week and a half ago. If you went on and tried to get a mod for Skyrim, that you might have had to pay to get some mods. Because Steam started a thing, or Valve, I guess, started a thing with a few developers to allow them to turn on paid mods, and then for the people putting out the mods to choose if they wanted to make people pay or not. And it was weird because I thought there was going to be a lot of positive stuff about this as well as negative things. I can understand people don't want to pay for mods, first off.
that's my
But people that make mods, it makes sense to get compensated for their time, especially like there was a mod that you had for Skyrim that added like the whole Khajiit area and stuff like that. Like that kind of stuff, that's a lot of time and development that goes into that. I mean, that is, you're making new assets, you're making new voiceovers, new text dialogue, like all this other stuff. So I can understand wanting to get paid for that. But
yeah, it's good and bad.
yeah, it was just one of the big things that got brought up were people were taking free mods that they didn't make and repackaging them from like the Nexus or whatever it was, the Nexus hub, and then selling it.
Naughty.
Yeah. And then the other thing that people got really mad about was the pay that the mod makers were getting, which was, I think, roughly 30% of the total cost or total price, at least for Bethesda, because Steam takes 30% off the top no matter what. That's what they take when you sell a game. That's what they take when you sell a mod. That's what they take when you sell hats in Team Fortress 2. They take 30% off the top. And then Bethesda was taking 40% because their argument was that most people are using mostly in-game assets for the mods, and then also using their engine that they license and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So they deserve 40%, which whatever, you can get mad at them if you want for taking 40%, but I can see why. They put, years of development into the game. And if somebody could make hundreds of millions of dollars off of a stupid mod because, a million people downloaded it, then
Yeah.
I can see why.
Like the new like Skywind.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Because
Those types of mods.
those mods could charge a lot of money.
Yeah.
But so then there was a huge uproar, and then Steam said, okay, we're taking down the program for now. So they stopped. Bethesda stopped. They stopped charging for mods. I think it was only a couple days, but I think they said they had already had like over 100,000 sales or something like that.
What would be nice to see is if they kind of went about it like a YouTube type of thing. You make a contract through Steam. I want to sell mods. Here's the mods that I've made.
Yeah.
I want this to be my job. And then you get paid. And then you still have some people that make mods and just want to put them up for fun,
Yeah. The other thing you could do is take like the PayPal donation process, kind of like that, but put it into Steam. So here's this mod. It's free. If you want to donate, this person put time in, and just like when you click download, it pops up with something like, hey, this developer would really love if you could, or this modder would really love if you could.
Yeah, making it
$5.
easier to get those donations to the modders.
Or another thing they could do is something like Patreon, where maybe they have like a minimum set, like once we get to $100, this mod is free. Anybody can download it, and you can continue to donate to me.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But yeah,
I'd be on board with that.
To have like a pay gate, and then if it never reaches it, then it never gets released, and then people don't get charged. You would get charged only if the game released or if the mod released.
Oh, really? Okay.
You get what I mean?
That'd be kind of cool.
So like, yeah, I think that's one model that could work. Take it, Steam. Take it. Make it work. Do either one of those, because I want to see people get paid for their modding, but I don't want to have to pay
for every single mod.
For every mod. Yeah. Let's see. We have, I believe, Battlefront news. Kind of. It not really news, but this is the first episode we've done, so it's kind of news to us.
Yeah. Maybe you've seen it. I'm excited for it. It looks sweet.
I'm really excited.
Oh my god.
I remember playing Battlefront and Battlefront 2 on our neighbor's PlayStation in his basement, and we would play for like hours, and it was just so
yelling and screaming so much.
So I believe they said there's 12 maps, plus there's a few free DLCs that are coming out after the fact, including like a Jakku.
That's another thing I want to bring up.
DLC.
It's making DLC when your game releases, and then being like, oh yeah, you can buy the game and then the DLC. Bullshit.
That's other big news that I guess we could talk about that we didn't bring up. Batman Arkham Knight. I guess we'll get to that in a minute.
All right.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Well, I don't know. What, there's not much to say about Battlefront.
There's 12 maps. There's 4 planets. So there's theoretically 3 maps per planet.
Okay. Do you know what the planets are?
No.
Star Wars fans?
I do not know. I do not.
Better look that one up. I'll give you an idea on what the maps might be like.
Star Wars Battlefront. Let's see. Okay, so we also have, I think it's like 30 on 30 players.
Which is sweet. This is going to both consoles and PC, right?
Yes.
Sorry, Nintendo. Or is it going on Nintendo?
No, it's not going on Nintendo.
Sorry, Nintendo.
Nintendo, I mean, that's another thing. Nintendo, they missed their projected sales for the Wii U and the 3DS, but this is the first time in like...
Maybe they should stop releasing a new system.
Yeah, this is like the first time in, I think it was like in 6 years that they've posted not a loss on their income. They've been losing money for year over year since the DS came out. Okay, so there's 12 maps. Planets. What planets? I have no idea.
Doesn't state.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody.
Maybe you want to do some other digging on your own time, but
yeah, I have no idea. Oops. Whoops.
Wow.
Might be. Amateur hour over here. Okay, is there anything else you want to add to this?
Aside from I'm really excited for this? No.
Yeah. Are you excited for the new Star Wars film? Star Wars Episode 7?
I will go see it, but I'm one of those people that I don't get excited about movies. I'm not one of those that's like, oh my god, unless it's like a huge movie.
I saw the second teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 7, and I just about shit my pants.
I think I'll probably start taking a look at that once it gets closer to it actually coming out. But I've never been one of those that's like, oh my god, the new Age of Ultron that came out like a year ago. I wasn't like, oh my god, Age of Ultron. It was like, okay, cool, I'll check it out.
Yeah, and then we saw it.
Yeah. At 9:30 in the morning, or 9 in the morning.
9 in the morning on Friday, the day after it came out. Because
the best time to see a movie.
Yeah, it was cheap.
Because it was cheap, and there was like nobody there.
Yeah,
it was nice.
All right, so I wanted to talk about Batman Arkham Knight because this brought talking about the DLC thing. So they announced they have $40 worth of DLC. Not that's coming out at launch, but it's coming out after launch, staggered. And you can buy the whatever it is, their special edition that comes with all the DLC for $100, which is $60 for the game and $40. So you don't even get a discount for pre-ordering the DLC.
Right, so it's already some shenanigans there.
And they announced it's going to include more playable characters, more Batman skins and Batmobile skins, and then like some new game modes, new story DLC, and then new storylines for the playable characters and stuff like that. So it sounds like they're adding a lot, but I mean,
I don't want to hear about DLC when a game's about to release.
Yeah, that's
not something I want to be like, oh yeah, and then there's DLC.
I think that's why they did it so far ahead of time, though, because it's coming out this summer. I think they wanted to get the bad news out of the way. They want people to forget about it until the game comes out. And
see, that's just what the problem is. As gamers, we need to stand up and be like, this is not okay.
Yeah.
Stop selling us crappy DLC with I guess I don't know if the game's crappy, but just like the Destiny thing, we're going to have 2 expansions that come out and we're going to release a partially done game. Like, that's got to stop.
Yeah.
Developers, please. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or how to do your job, but that's something that I don't like to hear personally is, oh yeah, by the way, you pay $60 for this game and then there's $40 DLC. And you can buy it all together right now. It's like, why not just put it all together and release the whole thing for $100 then?
Yeah.
If you think it's worth that. Or
release the game and be like, yeah, we're working on DLC. We'll announce more when it's done or whatever. And then just wait 3-4 weeks after the game's done. And the reason why a lot of companies do this or a lot of publishers push their developers to do this is so people don't sell their game back. If you know there's DLC coming out for a game that you liked, you're going to go, okay, I'm going to hold on to this at least until the DLC comes out because I want to play that.
Could be, but I don't know. I guess with digital copies becoming a big thing now, who's returning their games?
Still a lot of people.
I suppose.
I prefer digital over... It's just
I do and I don't. I don't for moments like when PSN's getting DDoSed.
Yeah. Although it's stupid because they don't tell you how to do this, but you can set it up so you can play your games without having to check in online. You just have to set your console as your main console.
Oh yeah, I tried that and it was like, we can't do that.
Yeah, because it was being DDoS. But if you do that once, it's good forever. Because I had that same issue and I was like, God damn it. But yeah, the DLC thing, it drives me nuts. Because
it's frustrating.
It'd be like, hey, you're gonna go see this movie.
But then you gotta pay. Oh, but then an intermission will happen, and you got to pay an extra $10 to see the last half an hour.
Or like we're gonna here's this movie, but if you paid $100 now, you get this movie, and you get the Blu-ray with the extra scenes that we cut off, or something like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like just sell me the experience now, and then worry about selling me the rest of the experience later.
Basically, they're getting away with more and more. Yeah, it needs to be done. It needs to stop.
Sure.
And as much as it sucks, because we want to enjoy these games, we have to be the ones that says, nope, we aren't going to stand for this.
Yeah. And then, on the other
and then not buy their games. But that's hard. That's hard to get. Hard to get like however many million gamers there are to all do that, or enough to make an impact. A lot of people
are excited for Batman Arkham Knight, and I can understand why. I didn't get super enthralled by either of the games, but I played both of Asylum and City. And they're fun games. If you like the Batman universe, they're fun. But I don't know. That's my whole quip on DLC. Dun dun dun. More
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
The bread and butter of my gaming life.
Yeah. You know more about it than I do. Although I know a fair bit.
Well, what do you know
about World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
You play a character. I'm just kidding.
Land of Azeroth. Well, now in Draenor.
Yep. Okay, so there's a few things I think that you wanted to talk about specifically. But one of the big things was we kept calling it legacy raids, but it's not legacy raids. It's time.
It's time
hopping.
Time something and
time travel.
Holy crap!
World of Warcraft.
Time wandering.
That's
I think was what it was called.
Maybe.
It is called time walking.
Time walking. It was a W word.
Which is basically they're running a schedule. Let me get the real deeds here.
Yeah, I think it's like a new raid every week or something.
Yeah, basically you get scaled down. So let's say you are a heroic raider with the best gear for you PvE nuts, and you want to go back and you want to relive some Wrath of the Lich King or Burning Crusade raids, like once a week or like every week. They're gonna have a raid that you will scale down into. So so like, oh my god, I'm having a brain fart.
I can't think
on raids. We'll just say like ICC, Ice Crown Citadel, for example. You'll scale down to that, and you'll do that with your 20-man Mythic or 10-man Heroic or whatever. I think they might even, maybe they'll have it as an LFR. You'll scale down to run those, but the raids will drop gear that will be good for your character. So it's another way of gearing up.
Yeah, so you get rewarded by going back and playing these old raids at old level caps. Basically, your gear gets reduced down to the equivalent level.
But the gear drops are
the level that you are.
Yeah, it will. It'll be proficient for your character. It's not like you're getting old loot. And I think they're might be adding some old removed transmogs.
That'd be cool.
Because I know a lot of those or some really good ones went bye-bye.
Yeah.
And then I read about 5-man Mythic, which is something that I'm excited for as someone that loves PvE but hates putting the time into doing it.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. Group of 5. You can go and do some basically dungeon challenges if you played Mists of Pandaria. It's hard. It's like old heroics.
Yeah.
But you get rewarded with semi-decent raid gear, so that way, you're not falling behind the curve.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds great. It
sounds nice for people that sounds good for filthy casuals.
Yeah.
Which is me.
Yeah. It makes hearing all that stuff makes me wish that Destiny would fix some of their crap, because I want to go play that.
Yeah. Destiny was fun.
It is. It's still fun. It's just there's not enough content.
Yeah. You get bored really fast.
Yeah. It's one of the... did you buy the 2 expansions?
Just one.
Oh, you just bought one. Damn. Because I was going to say, I'm going to play House of Wolves. I was going to say, I'm going to play House of Wolves no matter what, just because I want to play the story missions and stuff. But I want to try out.
Bonus events.
And
those will be scheduled to run from Friday through Monday of each week.
Yeah.
And then each bonus event grants a passive bonus to a particular game activity and offers a once per event quest with a noteworthy reward for accomplishing a related goal. Not exactly sure what that is. I would probably assume maybe world boss type of things along those lines. Maybe some kind of similar to like Timeless Isles events, but I'm excited to see what that is. Hopefully they put some PvP ones in. That'd be really cool.
That's a lot of World of Warcraft news.
So
I guess that's a lot of stuff for World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. I don't know. They're doing better. There's some things that I definitely disagree with, but there's a lot of things that I think are good that they put in.
Yeah, they just posted for their earnings call. Activision did, or Activision Blizzard now. They lost like 3 million subscribers. I think they're down to like 7.4 million, which is like the lowest they've been in a long, long time.
World of Warcraft subscribers?
Yeah.
That was a while ago, though.
Yeah, for the Q1. They just posted for their earnings call.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would have happened probably in the fall, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Losing players, I think. Oh, yeah, and for those who don't know, there's a way to buy game time with gold now.
Okay.
It's called WoW Token. And it's sold by Blizzard. It's kind of like a gold sync. If you're familiar with that, it's like those amounts that sell for like 120,000, but not quite as big. It goes by... So as a player, you can purchase them and then sell them on the auction house.
Oh.
But the price is set based on server and the supply and the demand. So if if things aren't, so like on my home server right now, Darksphere, it's a pretty well populated server. So there's people selling a lot. Last time I checked, it was going for 25,000 gold to buy a 30-day game time. So on a smaller server, you could probably expect maybe more around like a 9,000, Yeah. It's making it easier to play the game. I wish they would add a little bit more to that and make it easier to not have to spend your own money to play the game. But it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the last MMOs that are still charging for game time.
Yep.
I mean, Elder Scrolls Online is going kind of free to play.
Yeah.
You can.
Did we talk about that already?
Yeah, we did a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe in the E3 thing they'll bring up some stuff about Elder Scrolls, maybe some raids. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Does Elder Scrolls have any raids right now?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
I don't remember what they're called, but I know that they're freaking hard as hell.
Yeah.
Or they were.
Yeah. It just makes me wish Destiny had more raids.
He's a Destiny fanboy.
I am. I wanted it to be so good. I did.
Maybe in time.
Yeah. Maybe this fall.
What's next? Guitar Hero Live. Who cares next?
We also have Guitar Hero Live and Rock Band 4 were both announced within like weeks of each other. So Guitar Hero Live, I think I didn't tell you about this one. It's only guitar, mostly weird or mostly like normal rock songs, like Guitar Hero kind of was. And it's kind of a weird it's like the 90s games that had like live action cutscenes, and so you're looking at a real crowd, at a real band. And then during your performance, if you start doing bad, then it transitions into the crowd booing, and like this vocalist will be like, "What the fuck is going on?" Stuff like that. It looks weird. And then the other
interesting,
yeah, and it has like a whole every time you go out to play, it's like you start backstage, and it's like the band's getting all pumped and ready, and like the stage manager comes out and it's like, you guys, you got to get ready. We got to go on now. And it's like this whole process of you walking to the stage and stuff. I hope it doesn't do it every time, because
oh my god,
really fucking annoying.
Well,
but then the other thing that changed,
different than real life, right?
Yeah, true. The other thing that changed is the guitar no longer has 5 buttons. It has 3 top buttons and then 3 bottom buttons. So 6 buttons total. Top buttons are white, bottom buttons are black. So they changed how it is, kind of, so it's like
interesting.
Yeah, there's going to be 3 lines, and it's either going to have a white icon or a black icon, and that's going to tell you top or bottom. So that's how they're changing. Rock Band 4.
See, I thought Guitar Hero Live was going to be like, now you can live stream.
You can. They do have this.
Well, like people can. You could write your own songs and perform it live.
Yeah,
you guitar. I was like, oh my goodness.
There's this whole thing. I forget what they called the platform, but like their whole idea is you'll be able to go on and watch people play Guitar Hero and whatever, which doesn't sound that exciting. The other thing for like Rock Band 4, you can use any Rock Band instrument that is compatible with your system. So I think like PS3 instruments you can use with your PS4 if you wanted. Otherwise, they're selling new instruments if you want that. Any songs you purchase, you can somehow tie to your account and then be able to use it on whatever system you're using now. So if you have Rock Band 1, 2, and 3 and Beatles, you now have all of those songs to play as well as what's in Rock Band 4.
Cool.
So they're rewarding people that have been fans of the game. Their instruments are pretty much similar. Yeah, they're pretty much similar, better build quality supposedly from what reviewers are saying right now. And the gameplay is pretty similar to what it was. So it's more of the same, which is a good or bad thing depending on. We had a lot of fun playing Rock Band and stuff.
Yeah, for a period of time.
Yeah, it's not one of those games. I would not play it every night. I would not play it months at a time, but it's a fun game to break out when like there's a group of people together.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm more excited for Guitar Hero 4 than I am Guitar Hero Live. Rocksmith. Yeah, that's the one where you can use your real guitar.
A real guitar and teach you how to play.
Yeah, that one's cool.
I would like to get that one.
Yeah. But my whole thing was, do you think we're going to see more rhythm games? I mean, I guess we've seen Rocksmith when both of these went away. Now we're getting both of them again. Do you think there's going to be more like DJ Hero again and shit like that? Hopefully not.
Maybe. It's hard to say. It depends. It totally depends on how successful this goes.
I guess it's true.
Or how well this goes.
Because these might both bomb, and then it's like, yep, we should have just stayed away.
No.
Yeah.
It's definitely a great idea, I think. I mean, when Guitar Hero came out, I was like, holy shit, this is...
Yeah, both of them were fun. But like I said, they just...
So out of the box.
They kept releasing, like, song packs and, like, all these things. And then I think people just got burnt down on it.
Yeah.
I think if they pace themselves a little bit better, it might be... And if they treat them what they're supposed to be, which is, like, kind of a party game,
Yeah.
But...
what else we got?
We got... the caterer for Tasting Spoon took a picture of the Tony Hawk event that they were catering and kind of leaked that there's a Tony Hawk 5 coming.
Holy crap!
So that's how it got out. And then Activision, I think Activision is the one who's publishing it, came out and said that yes, the game is for real in development. And then Tony Hawk, I think, had like a small announcement. We have no in-game footage of it yet. We know that they said it's going back to the basics. So more similar to like Tony Hawk 3 than like Thug, Tony Hawk Underground.
What was different about Underground versus
Titan by turning to the right?
Yep.
No. Yeah, there you go. What was different from Underground? Underground, there was a lot of like you could get off the board and you could like there was like a tank level where you rode around in a tank. There was like spray painting and a bunch of stuff.
Oh, so they added a lot more to the game.
Yeah, they added. It was less a skating game and more like doing other stuff. I'm kind of excited by this, but depending on where they take it, I really like the Skate series. I know you are particular to the Skate series as well.
Yes.
I think that the Skate series did skateboarding way better. Like the controls just feel way better than Tony Hawk games where
it's more stick based.
Yeah, because you would feel like, okay, I'm spinning my foot this way. That's how you do a kick flip. You know what I mean? You spin your back. So it's like it feels more realistic.
Yeah. I hope that they come out with the game too.
Sorry, Tony. Yeah, I'd be more excited for that than Tony Hawk, but I'm still excited for Tony Hawk 5. So they said it was going to be more like back to the basics, more about skating and stuff like that. They had a list of people that were going to be in the game. I think it's like your usual. Tony Hawk's going to be in there. There was some newcomers, and then there was some old people. But it sounds
Burnquist,
yeah. It sounds exciting. Hopefully they do some homage levels. Like I think in all of the numbered skate games, they had the very first level from Skate 1, I forget what it's called, where you ride down the hill and then there's like the half pipe and then there's like a pit around.
Oh yeah, like the warehouse thing.
Yeah, the warehouse, whatever they call it. I hope they do some homage levels like that. That'd be fun to see.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
I think it's great. I've been missing these kinds of games. There hasn't been a good skateboarding game since Skate 3.
Yeah.
And that came out.
I'd love to see a new skateboarding game for the new gen.
Yeah, for PS4 and stuff. That'd be great. Or even PC.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's something about playing with the controller.
Yeah.
For a skate game versus.
That's where you'd plug in your controller on your.
I don't
PC.
have one.
You don't have a PS4 controller?
I do.
You can plug it into your computer and it works with Steam. You don't need to download anything.
Okay, good to know. I didn't know.
Yeah. And then if you go into big picture mode, it'll show you which games are compatible with the controller.
That's freaking amazing.
That's what I do with Steam. Like
all right, I'll do that now because I was looking up like drivers and stuff.
You don't need drivers.
Good deal.
Yeah, sweet.
So,
all right. So we've reached the end of the show. What upcoming games are you excited for?
Witcher
3.
Witcher 3 looks sweet.
It does.
Just the
tip.
Just the tip. Like the way you act changes the way people treat you. Mm-hmm. Like I love that. That's so immersive and
it's like a Bethesda.
Like if I'm an asshole, people are gonna be douches to me.
Yeah.
Then it makes me even more of an asshole because I'm like, what did you say, you little fucker?
Yeah. Or like
I'm gonna kill you with my sword.
God, what was that game that now I can't remember the name of? It was on Xbox. You kill chickens and be evil and something legend. Never mind, I can't remember the name of the game.
Kill chickens and be evil.
It was like a kind of cartoony third-person action game. Never mind.
Goodness
whatever.
Gracious, I have no idea.
Witcher. I am also excited for The Witcher 3.
And then Battlefront.
Battlefront. Well, yeah, that's a long ways off though.
Yeah.
ESO for consoles, I'm sure you're excited for.
I'm very excited for that.
I'm really excited for House of Wolves, even though I know I shouldn't be because it's probably.
I'll try it. I'll give that one a try for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put my highest expectations into that one.
And that's just it. I'm not expecting a lot. The Prison of Elders thing looks like it could be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
The new Trials of Osiris PvP thing looks like it's going to be fucking awesome. Just because it way more strategically competitive than normal PvP. Mm-hmm. I don't think you're going to get a lot of like you're not going to get a lot of people that are just like spamming rocket launchers and stuff like that. I think it's going to be more strategic.
Yeah.
The way that it's
Hopefully
played.
no heavy drops. That'd be kind of
Heavy only drops on the 3rd round, and it drops on both teams' spawn point.
Oh, so both teams get it.
Both teams get it, and then that's the only round you can have it. And then after that round, there's no more heavy.
How many rounds?
Up to 9 rounds. It's best of 9. So whichever team gets to 5 first. Yeah, it's cool. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. But other than that, yeah, Witcher looks really cool. Just because it's like this generation's Skyrim, at least so far. Really expansive world. You're like kind of free to roam around and do whatever you want. I think they said there's like a 40-hour story line, and then they said you could easily play the game for more than 200 hours, like a
that
side
is excellent
quest content.
That'll be good.
I think they said around you'll probably finish the game around 20, and you can get to like level 60. So,
dang. A game I'm excited for.
Yeah.
New Fat Princess game.
Oh yeah.
That was just called Fat Princess Adventures.
Something like that. Yeah. God, there's some digital games. There's one that was announced a few years ago called Hyper Light Drifter for PS4 and like Vita and stuff. It's like a top-down. They build it as like a Metroidvania Zelda style game, kind of. And it's like futuristic. You have guns and stuff, but it's like this crazy 8-bit. Oh, it looks so good. It looks really good.
Very nice.
Yeah. Any other games you excited for?
Not that come to mind right off the bat.
Okay.
I probably have to do some looking or some searches.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you tuned in, which you did if you're watching this right now. Where can we find you on the internet, Mr. Matt?
Well, you can check out my Twitch stream if I ever do it.
Yeah.
And that's twitch.tv/Zoonger176 ZOONGER176.
Do you use Twitter or not really?
I do have a Twitter. I don't know what it's called though.
Okay.
It was based off my WoW character. But all that stuff will be coming up.
Yeah.
I'm just starting out on Twitch stream and everything, so
yeah,
just kind of taking it easy.
All right, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and on most of the internet at Hagnerd, HAGNERD. You can follow Fuzzy Loaf on Twitter at Fuzzy Loaf. You can find us on YouTube by searching Fuzzy Loaf. I always want to say at Fuzzy Loaf, but that's not how it works on YouTube. We also do a TV and movie podcast, and me and Scott, I think, are going to do a week or a monthly comic book like spoiler discussion kind of thing. Should be fun, and then maybe we'll do one with games. I'd love to do like small indie game every month and just talk about it with people. If you like what you see, comment, subscribe, like, share with your friends.
Or don't.
No, share with your friends. Don't tell them not to share with their friends. That's not how it works. You have to share with your friends.
Share where?
If you want to let us know what games you're excited for in the comments, do that. And until next time, sayonara, bitches.